How about now? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Audio, just music. Cool, cool, cool. Now you can. Test. Hey, extra life reviews. How are you? Thanks for. Ooh, that's me. That's me talking. I, I had to pull up the chat. Lens of Truth. How are y'all? So today's gonna be like an interesting show. Um, if you did not know, most of the we talk about gaming most of the time, but as you can see, half of my studio, aka game room, is kind of devoted to films. If y'all did not know, I'm not gonna say like I'm a huge movie buff. Like, there's definitely people who know way more, but I really treat movies as like an art form. And there's definitely some of my favorite movies in every genre. And one of my, I would say, like, in my opinion, the best sci-fi. Now, some people would say sci-fi horror, but I would say probably the best sci-fi film ever, is the original Alien. Okay, original Alien is, in my opinion, the best sci-fi ever. We can debate that if y'all want. But with that said, the Alien franchise just released today a new Alien movie, Alien Romulus. And so today I wanted to give recognition to the franchise. We're gonna rate the movies. I'm gonna show you also a little couple of things I just picked up a few hours ago after in between calls. I told my assistant, I was like, hey, hold calls for like the next hour, and I was able to pick something up, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Hey Holtz, hey Rouster. At the test video. Oh, was this a test? Did it? So y'all, what happened was, oh man, did it do that? See, what happened was that did it really do the test video? Y'all are kidding me, right? I had some issues with my restream. So like I had to let me see. I had to like reset a whole bunch of stuff, and I think that kind of messed up my original scheduled programming. So let me do. Can I do it like this? Shades of Purple episode. Let me see if I can do this. Episode 103, all things alien. There we go. All right, there we go. There we go. Hopefully that updated on y'all's end. If it didn't, it's all right. It should be updating pretty soon. Is this a test? It's not a test. It's the real thing. It's the real thing. Let me. I don't know what happened. I told you I had some issues earlier with Restream, so we had to like erase all the cookies and get tech support, and so I think that was there. So let me know if that title came through. But we are going to be talking about Alien. We're going to be talking about Alien today. Again, Alien Romulus came out. So if some people will say like no spoilers. I can't promise you that. If you haven't seen what we're going to be talking about, I don't know what to tell you. And to be very honest, some of these movies are so bad that I think I could tell you the spoiler. Like, I don't even remember because it was that bad. Like, we're going to be talking about that. And because there's definitely, this is controversial in my opinion, but because if we just talk about Alien, it's only so many, right? I guess I could do a whole like podcast series on Alien, but I want to bring in Predator too. I want to because there's kind of the same universe. Oh, is he? Oh, I'm so sorry, Rouster. Yikes! Tell him to come over. I thought this was that one. I honestly thought this was that one. I feel bad now. Tell Jeff to come over. Alien Resurrection is terrible. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to rate them all. S tier and everything. But first, I want to show y'all. So I went and picked up this Sam Cassell looking fella today. Look at this. Picked it up. This is actually at the Regal Theaters if you go. It's actually a popcorn holder. Yeah. Don't ask me. But I picked this up today. I thought it was pretty cool. Has like the little mouth in the mouth thing. But yeah, Pick that up. Little fan. Kind of a fan. I'm a big fan of Predator. We're gonna talk about Predator. Mostly Alien. Hey Isabella, we're talking about movies today. Isabella. And I feel so bad. Like Jeff's on that other stream, and I'm gonna have to like say like I'm gonna have to like shut that one down, right? Let me see if I can do this. Man, this is not good. Not good. Not good. There we go. There we go. All right, thanks, Roster. I see you over there. But yeah, I picked that up, and I'll show you another thing I picked up. All right, so Alien Romulus. If you haven't known, we showed this trailer a few months ago now, and Alien Romulus takes place theoretically between Alien and Aliens. All right, bunch of kids running around, not doing too well with critics, but that's okay. Because I'm not always a fan of what the critics have to say. So we're going to be talking about that. What do we expect from it? I want to talk about like established franchise, and when it comes to a franchise like Alien or Predator, what do we want from that? Like I want to open that up a little bit. Also, like I said, I want to show you all a couple of things I purchased. Then I also want to talk about like, does the movie industry, when it comes to established franchises, have anything lessons learned for the gaming industry, right? So, bringing it full circle back to gaming. The biggest thing, and what I mean by that is if we go about 10, 12 years ago, big blockbuster releases were a thing, and people were like, you have to go with an established franchise, right? So this is why Disney kind of went out on a buying spree. This is why we started getting tons of Toy Stories, Despicable Me's, a lot of franchise, the Avatar movies got greenlit around this time, Avatar 2, that is. And so that's why you saw all these big budgets going towards these sequels. And I want to ask, like, now, has that ran its course for movies, right? I obviously haven't seen Alien. But I wonder if like the gaming industry is gonna eventually find this out, right? Or maybe not. But with that said, I do want to do something. I'm in the oh, congrats, Isabella. So, I don't know if this is a kid's stream, but congrats. But with that said, we're gonna do something first on Shades of Purple. Which is we're gonna be doing like a ranking of all the movies, and I'll probably come back through this throughout the day, or throughout the show. But first, let me get this up. All right. Here we go. Woo! There we go. Thank you to our producers for helping put this together. But as you can see, we have all the Alien movies and all the Predator movies and the crossovers of the Alien and Predator movies. All right. So I'm gonna rate these. All right. I'm gonna talk a little bit about each one of them. Y'all know how this goes. And I invite y'all to disagree with me or agree with me. That's my list. We're gonna put my list, and then we're gonna open it up and see where y'all think it should be. All right, because I've been told I have some pretty controversial opinions when it comes to this. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. All right, here we go. Just for everybody. All right, here we are. So we're gonna start with the GOAT. I said it's potentially the greatest sci-fi film of all time. That's Alien. If you haven't seen Alien, I think it's a remarkable feat. Like it's a masterclass in building up suspense, building up horror. You don't actually see the alien until something like 2 hours into the film. I don't know the exact number. There's some movie buff out there that's gonna be like, no, Purple, it's like 1 hour and 52 minutes. But whatever, it's 2 hours. Some of the best acting at the time, some of the best visuals, just recreating the planet, just what set it all off. Just a lot of the symbolism in it, like the social commentary. Yeah, we're gonna go there. we're gonna go there. If you want to talk Alien, we're gonna go there. All right. If you're like, what are you talking about? There's no social commentary. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's something to say that in this one, there's the working class people that are used as an experiment, right? They're minors. That's why they're out there. But I just think it's amazing. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. It's one of my favorite scores of all time. Obviously, it's not Jaws, but I would say it's probably top 10 scores of all time, in my opinion. And I can't say anything else about it, right? Why? But I've seen any. Wait, Extra Life. You've never seen any of them? Are you serious? It's an amazing series. We're gonna give this an S tier. I highly recommend, if you have not seen the first one, go out and see it. Now, I have it on 4K Blu-ray. I think it's a wonderful remaster of the movie. So they're like, if you watch the first ones, like I never watched the first one in a theater. I think the closest I got to that was like VHS. Lots of dark spaces, lots of like weird skin colorizations that happen in that. And obviously the DVDs have something similar. A lot of graininess, but if you watch the 4K Blu-ray, I cannot speak on the Blu-ray because I did not watch the Blu-ray version, but the 4K Blu-ray, they really cleaned it up. Looks phenomenal. Highly, if you have time, if you have not watched it, watch this. Even if you've watched it, rewatch it. It's a great movie. I watch it probably once or twice each year, and I always see something new. Did you just say go watch a movie about aliens where the alien doesn't show up for two? No, it's an alien. It's an alien. My brother and I got in an argument about this yesterday. There was a Latin jazz festival, by the way, and he wanted to go to that. So we went to this, and he was telling me, like, no, there's 3 aliens in the movie. I'm like, no, there's one. That's why it's called Alien. but did I miss something? I mean, I watched this film probably a grand total of like 30 to 40 times, and I'm pretty sure there's only one. So maybe I'm missing it. But I'm part-time alien hunter. What? They're not real because you have never seen one? You're welcome. Well, wait a second. There are aliens. There are aliens. I mean, but it seems I learned tonight. Roster, well, it's a great film. It's a great film. Sigourney Weaver does an amazing job. Ripley, it's just amazing. Best way. I feel like I should watch it right now. You know. I feel like we should do the whole stream right now on that. So S tier Alien. You can push back on that. Jessa, thank you, Ambi. That's what I thought. I knew I wasn't crazy, but he's like, no, at the end, she blows it up, and then there's one in the spaceship, and I'm like, yeah, that's why we don't like cats. Okay, if you didn't get that, if you haven't seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But that's why we don't like cats. Never go back for the cat. Just don't do it. Bad things happen. Yeah, so there we go. All right, Aliens. Aliens is a good film. All right, don't get confused. Alien versus Aliens. Aliens is the second film in the franchise, and it is a good film. It's more action. Still a little bit of suspense, but way more action. So the first one is more like sci-fi horror mystery, because like I said, it's unfolding. The second one is like action jump scare type of deal. All right, like I'm not gonna say it's like super horror, but it's definitely action jump scare. Some of the most iconic lines in the franchise are in that one. Also really great. I think the acting's pretty solid, and again, I think it's good. I don't think it's the best. Right, like the score and the sequences and the overall story. Like, there's some characters I really don't like. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's good. So we're gonna put that as an A tier. I think it's good. Like, it's worth going out there and watch. Like, if you've seen the first, you see, like, it's worth going out there. Certain scenes in a movie, like showers and well, going out for a cat is that the suspense and tension for Alien is great. Lens of Truth, I totally agree. So Aliens, that's A tier. If you don't know, like in the first one, you kind of discover the alien. They're on this desolate planet, and they find the alien. Second one, it's kind of related. You figure if you understand the entire universe and what happens, you understand how it's related. But they go to a different place, which is actually, I don't think it's a spoiler alert, is potentially the setting for Alien Romulus, the one that just launched today. And the second one is it's a group of Marines, it's military, and they went out there to go figure out what happened to a lost colony. That's kind of the pretense of it. So again, social commentary, right? Working class in the first one. Second one is about military. Dispensable people in society. Like this is how I think about Alien, right? I think it's so. Hey, David Wilson. Uh, it's a bit tough to read. Oh, you can't read it? You can't read. Wow, it's really big on mine. Okay, let's see if I can bring this down. Let me see. Roster thing. I'll try to get it. How about that? How about that, roster? Let me know if that worked for you. There? Is that cool? That's Alien. All right. It's about as best I can get it. Because of the screen I'm using. But yeah, I'm gonna give it an A tier. Aliens is A. It's not as good as the first. Right. The first is like top 10 greatest movies of all time. The second one's solid. You know, there's some parts I don't like, some characters I don't like, but it's still pretty cool. Alien 3. All right. We're gonna go B tier. All right. Alien 3 is not like when it came out, a lot of people didn't like Alien 3. All right. Alien 3, it's really weird. Like the CGI gets worse in the Alien franchise. Don't ask me why. Like it just gets worse, progressively worse. I heard the director is good on the new movie, but it's not Ridley Scott. Yeah, it's not Ridley Scott. Not Ridley Scott. We're gonna talk about that one. Great call, Bliss. And that definitely helped. Oh, no problem, roster. Anything I can do. So Alien 3 takes place after Alien 2. So all right, Aliens. It happens on a penal colony planet. So the planet's full of like prisoners, if you think of it that way. So again, working class military prisoners. Says something about who's dispensable in society. And yeah, it takes place. The alien takes a different form that we had not seen before. There's some interesting things that happen on this planet. You know, there's definitely some more social like commentary about the role of women and like role of religion. That this all takes place in the third one. So a lot of it's like if the first one's about like a mystery suspense horror, the second one's about this action suspense type of thing, jump scares here and there. The third one's less jump scares. There's a little bit of action, but there's a way more. I don't know how to explain it. It's like way more commentary. Like she has to convince people that this thing exists. It's also again one alien. But I think it. You know, like how Snowpiercer, if you watch that at all, or any of these like films about like society falls apart and then it's like what would happen if society falls apart and the different factions that come about. That's what I feel like Alien 3 is. Like you're on this planet that's a prison. They have their own kind of society, their own rules, and now they are dealing with an alien that is basically for all rights and intensive purposes like this Armageddon type of event on their planet. And it's interesting how that unfolds. I give it a C. I think it's B. I think it's still worth watching. Like y'all may disagree with me. Not that good of a movie. Well, I think it's worth watching. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it's worth watching. I think it has some pretty solid characters or actors in it. And some decent acting. I would say like the overall, like is it as good as the first and second? No. But I think it's something there in its own regard. Alien 3. Y'all can push back. Y'all can push it. Rainer's big into dessert aesthetic. Like Lens of Truth, I think there's some art direction there. I agree. I think there's some things I can pull from it. Right. I think it's not totally bad. Bliss, and I would love to hear why I'm not saying it's great, right? I think it does have its issues, but save 20% off base rate at the top. That's what it says up there. But that's it. All right, then we get to Alien Resurrection. This is easy. Alien Resurrection's horrible. You like, if you're a fan of Alien, go ahead, watch it. It's horrible. There's, I don't know, like, again, CGI gets worse. The pacing in the film is off. There's a sexual scene in the film that feels off. There's like, it actually goes in a direction that I don't know how to describe it. It goes in this really, really weird direction. So yeah, 4 is trash. I agree. 4 is really trash. Is a bit better. Is it Lens of Truth? Wait, for 4 or 3? Because 4, I don't know. I think it's trash. I think 4 is horrible. The swimming alien scene, that looks cool, but that's it. But the CGI in that scene is crazy, right? It's like towards the end, there's this action character. Tank from The Matrix is in this film. Like, that kid or that guy was like kind of blowing up in the mid 90s from the original Matrix. He's in the film. I think this like killed his career. Like I don't know what happened to that kid after this, but yeah, this film destroyed careers. I'll say it like that. There's this scene with a basketball, like Sigourney Weaver's like some superhuman. I don't know. This one here is just bad. Like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't say. This one's just bad. That's Alien. That's Alien Resurrection. Those are top 4. We'll come back to these, but I want to get to the rest of the list. All right, Prometheus. Alien Prometheus. So this is kind of like the how do I describe Prometheus? It's like a prequel to the franchise, so it's not directly related. Like, it's related if you know what to look for, like the company, the organization, and so forth. Has Charlize Theron. Which is kind of interesting. And she kind of like tries to be like Sigourney Weaver in a way, but she can't. There's only one, Some people like bad movies, yeah, potentially. Ambi Newport, yes, love Prometheus. I'm gonna say I thought Prometheus was good. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Prometheus was solid, and I think it's worth watching. I think it has an interesting story. I think it takes on some of the same themes. So, like, Prometheus, y'all, like, the 4th one, I don't know what philosophical things to pull out of that. It's just dumb. Like, I really don't know where they were trying to go with that. Prometheus, what I like about it is it talks about, like, origins of life, right? And, like, what that means to finally meet your creator, and how that may not go the way you plan it to go. I thought that was very interesting because, like, we always are like, I want to touch the sky, right? Literally, the Icarus kind of deal, right? From Greek mythology. Like, you want to touch the sky, you want to meet your maker, you want to see the gods, you want to interact with them, you feel like you are part of them, and that's kind of a theme that's in this. There's many different themes in Prometheus. Well, that happens, and let's just say it doesn't go the way you think. Hey, Wit, how are you, Wit? I'm glad you came. We're going into this one. So, because Prometheus is solid, we're gonna give it a B tier or an A tier, right? I think it's worth watching. All right. I don't think. Yeah, I think these are two different, totally different, right? These are totally different, but I think it's worth watching. So we're gonna hold it there. Alien Covenant. Now, Alien Covenant is an interesting movie. Alien Covenant picks up after Prometheus. So it's a sequel to Prometheus. It kind of departs a lot from the Alien universe. Not to the degree like 4 does, but it brings about some similar themes from like the first one, right? don't trust robots. It or who is an enemy, who is not. It brings about just like an interesting like ideas. I thought a lot of the decision making in that film was like not realistic. Like I just people sacrificing themselves or just there's just a lot of inconsistencies in logic. And I'm a big logic person. Like when a film does something that's illogical or I do something in my dreams that are illogical, I'm like, that's not true. Like that won't happen in real life. And I just turn off. Uh so yeah. Alien 3 B tier. Oh wait. You got a disagreement on that one? We'll talk about it. But I'm gonna give Alien Covenant I'm gonna go C tier. Like I just think it as far as an alien, I know some people are gonna be like, how did you put Alien 3 above Alien Covenant? The reason why is I just feel like Alien Covenant was a miss out where Prometheus, I felt like you should have at least hit where Prometheus was, and you didn't, and then you had some other illogical stuff. Xenomorph conversation, y'all. I'm gonna talk about xenomorphs here in a second. I'm gonna talk about base stuff in a second. As again, I told y'all, we went this. Look at that. Look at that cutie. You know, very Sam Cassell-esque. If y'all know basketball, y'all know you get the joke. But yes, Alien Covenant, I'm giving a C. I just didn't. The story was different. It just kind of like went in a direction that I did not like. Like, if anything, I would say this is not canon. I just feel like it's very inconsistent with like what we had grown to know from Alien. That's me. So that's where I'm at on that one. All right. So y'all, I told you I was gonna do a couple of these other ones here just because got Predators in the same universe, right? There's an Alien versus Predator. You know, so if y'all did not know what Predator is, we'll talk about it. But Alien versus Predator, these are mostly, in my opinion, Predator movies. These aren't Alien movies. They're more Predator movies. Agree to disagree on this if you want, but I just feel like it just feels Predator-esque, all of them. And I don't know why that is. Why? Maybe it's because Predators are kind of seen as like almost like a protagonist in it. Maybe, in a way. Maybe. The first one, I'm gonna give a B tier. Like, it's not my favorite film. Like, I actually saw this in the theater. I think it was on a date when I saw this in the theater. But either way, it takes place on Earth. Aliens come. If this may not be spoiling anything, but predators are like exactly that. They're predators, and for sport, they hunt aliens to prove themselves as like warriors. And or they don't necessarily hunt aliens. They hunt things that have a challenge. And so aliens possess a challenge. And overall, I thought the film was okay. Action sequences were okay. Again, some illogical stuff in this one. But I don't know, it's a B tier. What can I say? B. No, Anniversary first, it was a C tops. The first one, you see, this is the reason I'm going to say is because I thought it was a valiant effort. See, it's S tier. So to make no mistake about it, S is the best. A is really like a B. B is really like a C. C is really like a D. And D is really like an F. Don't ask me why there's no E in that. I never understood that. But that's what, so like, that's how I say it. I would say it's like a B. It's like average. Like, it's in like an average, like, it's, should you watch it? Sure. It's like average. But, you know, if I put it down to C, trust me, there's worse movies. There's got to be more than two categories worse. You know what I mean? So yeah, here's more about the predators hunting lore. And I get it. It's more about that, like, establishes some background on it. That's why I'm giving it a B. Like, am I gonna watch it again? Probably once every few years. It's not something I'm gonna watch again and again. It's not up here. You know, like I think I think Alien 3 and that's kind of in the same category. It's just me. Alien versus Predator. Wait, Raccoon with the Wolf. Wait. You're saying this one? This one, the Alien versus Predator 2 is a B? No, no. Alien versus Predator 2 is garbage. Hot garbage. Trash. Never speak of its name again. This is a dumb movie. Alien versus Predator 2, y'all, has think like Alien, but like in a teen slasher movie with like a predator running around. And it's just dumb. I don't know how to explain it. No, Louis, y'all do not listen to Louis. The first one at least had some sense to it. It's a story. A scientist goes down there. Yes, do I believe this scientist would have become like the ultimate person? Like, I don't want to ruin it, but do I think the protagonist would have I think it makes it's fine, whatever. The second one is just dumb. Like, there's no heads or tails to the second one. It's like I didn't even know this one came out. Like, yeah, it's just weird. We'll talk more about it. Obviously, we're gonna get to the Predators now, just because we're talking about, we're gonna throw them all. They're all in the universe. We'll talk about the aliens, but here's how I rank the aliens. Predator, top one. Schwarzenegger, very homoerotic scenes. It is what it is. I don't get why so many dudes there's so much homoeroticism in this film. It's ridiculous. But it has a really cool score. I think it's probably one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best films of all time. Obviously, Terminator 1 is up there as well. But I think Predator's really good. And it sets some really good actors in it. Former future governor is in it. I just think it's pretty cool. A lot of action. And it's kind of a mystery that goes on. It's just super cool. If you haven't seen it, go out and check it out. I put it S tier. Obviously, man, have you seen movies in the 80s? So stuff. Arnold is my uncle. Really? Y'all look alike, Louis. It makes sense to me. Makes sense. Show mad skills in the second one. I'll be back. Yes, that's Terminator. There's no mans in this. No, there is. Louis, or not Louis. Simpleton. Yes, there is. Go back and watch it. There is so much in this that I'm like, are you serious? How did you? I don't understand how people do not. There's muscles. There's pumping. There's a lot of bruh. It's very masculine romance there for 80s standards. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's a great film. Great film. Predator 2. This is probably one of my most controversial opinions of this one. And I can defend it. Predator 2 takes place after the events of Predator 1. It takes place in LA. And yeah, it's interesting. So imagine a predator in the city and a detective who has to track it down. For that, I don't know what else to tell y'all about it. But we're gonna put it as a C tier. I think these two are about the same level. Covenant and Predator 2 about the. I mean, Predator 2 and 8. No way. It's a C. Predator 2 is a C. Predator 2 is a C. It has Danny Glover. Any movie with Danny Glover is C or D tier. I can't stand Danny Glover. Y'all may look. I did not really go in on Denzel Washington last time, but Danny Glover, I can't stand his acting. I cannot stand that. That alone gives this D tier. D tier. Did y'all actually notice that the chick in Predator 2 is the same chick in Alien 2? True story. Same chick. Really, what is feisty Puerto Rican? That is her character. That is the character. Lethal Weapon is great. What? I don't even remember what happens in that movie series. Not joking. Tiger, no, Predator 2 should be an A, not S tier. No, Predator 2 is definitely a C. Definitely a C, y'all. I don't know what y'all see in this film. I don't know what makes this great for y'all. There's not really a lot of suspense in this. There's not like Predator runs around, kills gang leader. It's almost like the Predator was doing like a service to the city of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like who died in Predator 2? Yeah, all the bad people, and they end up getting rid of the Predator or trying to. You know what I mean? And then somehow, yeah, who becomes the Predator equal doesn't make sense to me. It just it is what it is. It actually comes back later on. Um, Predators. All right, this is actually another. So this is actually like the reboot of the series. Comes out about 20 years later. I don't know, y'all. I really like Predators. I'm putting it as A tier. I really like Predators. I liked it. Sue me. I liked it. I tell you what. She's in Terminator 2. So she's in Terminator 2, Alien 2, and she's in all the sequels. Man, define a B-list actress. All the sequels. I would not. So yeah, I don't know. But I like Predators. So this one takes totally different spin. Drops some people on a planet. There's predators there. A lot of interesting stuff. There's actually a surprise actor in Predators I did not know was going to be in there. So you'll have to go watch it to actually understand it. But I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought the action sequences were good. I thought the way the group dynamics were in that were pretty cool. I thought it was interesting what they did. I think they built on the lore. So if Alien versus Predator is probably one of the number ones that builds on the lore, I think Predators really built on the lore. I would really like them to see a sequel to this. I think they could do it really easily, but I would love to see it. It's actually one of my favorite out of the top in this film. Obviously, I give it an A tier. Hey, Lion, what's going on? We're just talking movies, Lion. I'm gonna drop something to y'all. If y'all have not checked out Lion's channel, he does a lot of movies. Does a lot of movies. So we're just talking movies here. Just doing a little bit of movies. Not a fan of horror, really. Xbox International. Yeah, it's not. I would say they're like action, suspense. Okay, so this one right here, this is the Predator. This is definitely a D. I don't know what to tell you. It's another one. It's dumb. CGI is bad. The premise is bad. Like they bring in like this one kind of introduces some concepts that are pretty good. This one takes it a little too far overboard. There's some inconsistencies in the logic in the in this one. There's like some comedy scenarios here that just didn't feel right. Like there's like the final scene where these two like basically sacrifice themselves. It just never felt good to me. Like there's just too much comedy going on throughout the film. It's like comedy, action, suspense, trying to be suspense, but at the end of the day, it doesn't do a good job with that. I don't know if it's like a family friendly version or something, but it just was not cool to me. Rosters, don't worry, these are not that bad. They get the cool anti-pred armor at the end. That's great. I don't know. It still didn't feel cool. Like it just felt dumb. You know, it didn't feel like Predator. It didn't feel like, it didn't feel like the universe. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, y'all. Like I get it. There's two types, but it is what it is. Prey, y'all. This is a heartbreaker for me. I think I'm gonna go put Prey here. I thought this was an entertaining Hulu film. I'm not gonna lie. There are some actually, Prey's not as bad as Alien 3. Like Alien 3 is like, But Prey has some pretty cool scenes, except for that scene with the knife in the beginning where she's throwing around and bringing it back. I just don't think that would have been realistic. But other than that, I think like overall, pretty solid hero. I like what she had to do. Like I just thought it was cool. You think Prey's S tier? You think Prey's S tier? Y'all would Prey up there? I think I think I think I think it's A. Like I'm not like you got to think these have survived the test of time, and the fact that no one really talks about Prey, I don't know if that's because it's a Hulu movie or not. It got released during the pandemic. I don't know what it is, but these are like iconic. Like I don't know a line in Prey. I don't know the score of Prey. Um, I don't know like, and I'm not just saying something like a nostalgia, right? From my early adulthood time, right? When we talk about Predator, I'm just saying, like in general, I think it's a solid movie. It's like Aliens. Like I think there's some cool lines in Aliens, but I don't remember a lot of the stuff. Prometheus, I don't remember the lines. I remember I enjoyed it. Predators, I remember I enjoyed it. Prey, I remembered I enjoyed it. I'll recommend watching it, but I don't think it's like up here. You know, talk about Prey. But fans, but I'm just saying general, Louis. I'm saying Alien Rise. There's no F. I didn't give any of them an F. People worked on these. But I'm saying I just don't see how are you gonna put Prey with Alien? Predator can compete against Alien. Like as far as entertainment value, as far as like watching it again, as far as like you hear that music, it puts you in a certain state of mind. I totally hear you on that, right? But I don't think Prey stands up to that. I think Prey's kind of where Aliens is. That's my thing. Aliens is S? No. No, you're not gonna convince me. Aliens goes with Alien. You're not gonna convince me. Prey was good. I think Prey was good. But that's my list, y'all. That's my list. You know, y'all, I'll keep it up for y'all who want to come back on here and we'll get it. But I want to show y'all the last thing I got today. You know, and this is only in Regal theaters, y'all. Only in Regal theaters. Let's see if I can pull this up. This is pretty cool. Look at this. I got this. This is like only in certain parts of the country too, from what I've found out. But if y'all did not know, this is a popcorn holder. And it has like this light and it's like popcorn. I didn't put popcorn in it. And I think it is pretty cool. It's gonna actually go back there somewhere. I just think it's super cool what they did. I'm a really big fan of these popcorn holder things. Yeah, I know you spend more money than just the ticket, but I think this is just super cool. Like some of the popcorn buckets aren't super cool. This one's cool. I actually bought another one that I kept in the packaging. But this one is gonna go up there somewhere. I don't know where. Gonna have to make like another shelf just for Alien. You know, the sci-fi-ness. But yeah. That's where it is. That's where we need to debate these movies. Okay, I'm dropping the link. We're gonna bring. Let's see. I am gonna watch it. I have not watched it. So we're gonna talk about it. Like, I also want to hear your opinions about Romulus, what y'all are expecting. Because right, we are gonna tie this back to gaming. If you weren't here in the beginning, what I said is, you know, like movies kind of went in this direction of like spending large amounts of money on established IP. And right now, what we're seeing is a lot of established IP. There's kind of like an allergic reaction to this. A lot of people are like, right, the new Ghostbusters right now, the critic scores for Alien Romulus aren't all that great. Not that that really matters. You know, some of the newer Terminators, we see where that went. We're starting to see like that some of this isn't holding up, and I want y'all to know, what do y'all think makes a sequel succeed versus not? Like, why is Prey up here but the Predator down here? You know what I mean? Like, what did they get wrong? Like, why is Alien Prometheus here but Covenant not? You know what I mean? Curious what y'all think. Don't let me know what you. No, we're not talking about Terminator. Terminator we'll do on another one. Not today. I want to keep it like kind of this one. So hopefully this link will work for you all. I'll be very honest. Like I was having a lot of issues with Restream early. Like I had tech support for like an hour. Glad we were able to. I was almost not to do the show because I couldn't get in. So yeah. Okay. We already have the person. We already have someone all the way from the Dominican Republic. All right, Louis, what's going on?
What's
going
up,
on,
bro? How are you doing? How are you doing? Basically, I mean, tell me how you doing. Did you actually watch the movie? Did you see Romulus?
Have I seen Romulus?
Yes.
I
tell
have
me
not.
this.
I have not. I have not. I have not. I have not. I've not seen it. No. That's the whole point. Like, so I was at work. If I did not have to, if y'all, I wanted to do the show versus seeing it. So I was at work. I took about an hour off, like in between. Like I had one call. I had a break, and I had one call, and so I said, "Hey, let's push this call off till like next week." And I went to get these popcorn buckets because I was like,
Okay.
they're gonna sell out, you know. So
Oh,
that's why. So I didn't get it, but I was, and maybe tomorrow. I may. Depends.
man. Okay. So wait. I'm trying to understand this ranking thing. Why do you put Requiem down there when the Wolf Predator is the man? I mean, that's the best Predator movie for me, pretty
Which
much.
one?
Alien versus Predator Requiem. I mean, I understand the plot, but remember, he's chasing after the Pred Alien. So the Pred Alien pretty much crashed the ship down there in Colorado.
Correct. He goes down
Yeah.
there.
And so that's why you got all these teens and it became like a horror slash thing. But I understand that. But the Wolf Predator though is the beast. I mean,
Okay.
out of all of them, for me,
Oh.
is I
Oh
mean
my-
that was what saved the movie, The Wolf Predator. Because if you combine the plot wasn't that good compared to having the Wolf Predator chasing everyone down. That was just
Oh my
fantastic.
god. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me, Louis?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
All right. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this. It did this last week, but don't worry, y'all. We have a fix for it. Give me a second, Louis.
All right.
So for me, it just had to do with the pacing of the film. It just didn't feel like
Okay.
it didn't feel like let me see if y'all can see. Oh, I see. I hate when it does this. But yeah, it didn't feel like it belonged. It was like a totally different movie in a way. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I
Yeah.
can do this. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Where am I? Why is this camera not coming on me? There we go. I don't like this one. I'm gonna have to try to get the other one working here somehow, some way. How do I, Louis? Why is this camera not wanting to stay on me? There we go.
I don't know. Good question.
I don't know. So like, yeah, I don't like this one as much, but I like the other one, the Elgato, better. But yeah, I just didn't like the pacing. I didn't like the Team Thrasher thing. I thought there was it was like cliche Team Thrasher.
Okay. I get your point. Okay.
And that's why I'm just saying it didn't do respect to like the franchises. At least Alien, the first one, this one. All right, y'all can't see my mouse. But at least Alien versus Predator. Look, I gave it a B tier. I didn't say it was. I just said it was like worth watch. At least that one's held true.
The only problem with that movie was it was PG-13. I do not know why they did not give it an R. If it was an R, it would have been a better movie for me. I'm being honest, straightforward.
What would you wanted to see the R? Like the language? Like we're like
no
the
I mean,
violence?
because Alien is basically we've seen what Alien does, right? You get the face hugger, which the face hugger, of course, it's pretty much it's vajayjay combined with the PP and a whole bunch of stuff. That's why it inserts inside the mouth and puts the egg in. That's what basically a face hugger is. I mean, we saw it on Alien Covenant when David created them. Remember that? Did you remember that? Yeah, pretty much saw that, right? And so you got the bursting out of the chest. You also got the acid and everything, arms getting burned off, blood. It just had to be rated R, and especially for predator kills. Predator kills, I mean, they're nasty. We all know that they like to rip the skulls out and everything. It has to be an R thing. It has to be an R thing. I don't know why. I don't know how they got a PG-13, but that was their biggest mistake with that movie.
So I hear what you're saying. So for me, like where I rate these things is more on like just the story. Like what are you doing? What are you adding to it? And I think it was mentioned earlier, like Alien versus Predator at least added something to the universe. It added like some lore. It had a decent story in it. Like it had
Yeah,
a hero in it. I hear what you're saying. Like you want it more like the gore. You want it more of the
exactly.
violence. You want it more of that, right? We don't even really see the face hugger with the predator in this one, right? Not to like ruin it, but right there is that we didn't see that in this. Um, it is like, yeah, we just didn't see that. Like there's we know it gets on it, and then next thing we know, the predator's putting their mask back on. Um, so I hear you on that. Um, but to me, it added something. It's like if you're into Predator and Alien, you want to
Yeah,
understand how these universes connect. This is one I would say you need to watch. Alien versus Predator 2 Requiem. I can't say that. It didn't add anything to the lore. The ending was somewhat. What did
at,
it add to the lore?
oh, at least we got to see the Predator planet, which was the first time we actually see it. We actually saw the
Vaguely.
vaguely, yes, and I was like, why didn't they show
So,
more?
so
I,
that's what I'm saying. But then you bring in Predators,
yeah,
right?
predators,
Predators.
but that wasn't their planet though. That was a
That
hunting
was a
planet for
different
them.
planet. It's a
That was
different
a different
planet.
planet. Yeah, it was a different planet. That was their own planet. They used that planet to hunt. They bring all the species in there to hunt. That was basically what Predators was all about. And that was another good movie. I mean, I love the movie. It's one
I
of the
like
best.
Predator. Like I said, I put
Yeah,
Predators up there with Prey. That's why I'm saying I feel like these all serve a certain purpose. Like whether it's the action
yeah.
sequences of Aliens, whether it's like Prometheus, where I thought they did a decent job with the reboot and like giving us a little bit about this like origins of mankind.
Yeah.
A couple of the stories there, like I thought it was pretty strong. Predators gives us like the dynamic of Predator, like gives us more layering to to their origin stories or to their
I mean,
stories.
we saw different types of predator. We saw a samurai one. We saw a tracker. We saw the predator that went beast mode. That was I forgot what those predators are called. That killed another predator. They have a name for it. And also we got back at least the jungle predator. You know, the jungle predator that's in Predator One. We actually got him there in the movie too. And what else do we have? In that movie, because there was like four different types of predator. I think I mentioned it. It was the Berserk Predator, yes, Berserk Predator, Samurai Predator, Tracker, and there was one more. I forgot what the name was. One more. There was one
No,
more.
there's but I think like I said, I think it gave us some layering to their
Yeah.
who they are. Like I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say it's like an all-time classic, but I'm gonna say like,
No.
hey, it's a good film. It can stand on its own by itself. Like all three of these, all four of these up here can theoretically stand on their own. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to know anything about the universe. It's cool if you do, but you don't. I think all those A tiers are strong enough to be solid
Well,
stories on their own.
the thing is, like for example, with Predator, it's the first time you see the jungle predator, right? That's the first time you meet the predator and everything, right? Then we know that they are trophy hunters. They don't attack women, for example, that are pregnant. They don't attack weaklings. They don't chase after none of the weaklings. All they
Yeah,
do
because
is
that's
that's
not
not on their
honorable.
code. That's not honorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like to lead the last guy, like the toughest guy out there, because they scan, they analyze, they track, and they see who is like the toughest person for them to face at the end. If they can defeat them, then that's an awesome thing for them. That's like a huge win. But yes, they collect trophies. That's what they do. Um, like for example, Predator Two was the one who opened the whole universe to AVP. Because when he gets in the ship, when Danny Glover gets in the ship, there is a big trophy room. You see a xenomorph head in there.
Correct. So I understand
Yeah.
I get where you're saying with Pred. Like so I said this is going to be a controversial one. Like I don't
Yeah.
think it's in the top 2. I personally don't like Danny Glover's acting, so like maybe I could put Predator 2 up there. Maybe I don't
So,
see it as good as here. I don't think it belongs there.
oh, he must.
I don't think it belongs there. I mean, you could maybe convince me it belongs here.
In B, yes, I give it a. I mean, if I was to like to give it a B, because the thing with Predator Two is that okay, we got more action from the Predator, right? We got more action from the Predator. We got like to see more weapons, more stuff the Predator can do. It wasn't just the blaster that he has on his shoulder. You get to see the spear, the disc, the net, which is pretty cool. There was a lot of cool stuff. You also saw how they maintain themselves when they get hurt. Um, like when he got into the apartment and he had his arm. I don't want to say spoilers, but yes, he got into the apartment and he
Yeah.
was curing himself. That was pretty cool stuff. I mean, this Predator had gear to be in the city, which is pretty cool because the jungle, all they had was the blaster and the blades, and that's it. You
Yeah,
didn't
you're
see
right.
nothing else from the jungle. Yeah.
I mean, I think both like so let's talk about these two. Like what's similar about them is like we actually don't get to see the alien or the predator until further into the movie.
Yeah,
Right? Like towards the end. We know
yeah,
we know that they're there. We see like the impact, like we see the deaths, right? So we see that and it sets up like this mystery. It sets up like you want more. Like what happened to that?
exactly. What
Right?
happens to that? I mean, why do we have a xenomorph head, for example, in Predator 2 when he gets into the ship? You're like, wait, what's happening here? Do they connect? And I just love how they connected all these movies all together. There is this one movie by Ridley Scott that also connects to I don't know why it's not here, but it connects to that universe. Oh my god, what's that movie called? I gotta look for it, but it does connect to that universe because you actually do see the Wayne Industries logo in there. You know, Wayne Industries is the one that goes into the aliens lore.
Yeah, you're talking about they
Yeah, the
actually
company.
say that wait, look at this look at this look. I
Let
want
me
to
see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
it's
Oh yeah, Wayne Industries. Yeah, Wayne Industries.
Wayland
Wait, yeah,
Yutani Core.
Udani. Yeah, Willing Udani. Yeah, yeah. Wait, yeah.
So cool,
What's
man. Isn't this cool? This is so
Yeah, that
cool.
is cool. It is cool. Oh man, there's like a face hugger.
Yeah, it's like a
Face.
face hugger. It's like kind of
Yeah, the
theoretically
face
trying
hugger.
to break out
Yes.
of the
The
glass.
breakout. Oh man.
And then,
Oh
like I
man.
said, it has this thing here with this light to make it like
Look,
green.
those little things are quick MFers. My God, they attach so fast. It's insane.
Yeah, this is super cool.
Purple. I got a question for you. Did you actually see the Aliens director's cut, or you just saw the
Aliens director's
yeah
cut.
yeah, or did you just see the original?
Okay, tell me what the difference is, and I'll tell you.
Well, in Aliens director's cut, like for
Pretty sure.
example, in the beginning of the movie, you see Ripley. She like, how can I give you what scene is added to this to the thing? They talk about how she was floating around for what was it, 67 years? I think she was
Yes.
floating around in space, something like that. And then there's like a scene where she's sitting out there, like she has a scenery of Earth. There's like a picture of Earth. She's sitting there watching Earth, like a thing. It was just a screen, just looking at it. She was feeling sunshine and everything. And then it continues because the thing with Aliens, the director's cut, it adds so much stuff to the movie that you're like, oh wow, now I understand all this stuff that goes on. I understand what happens over
So I
here.
did. I have seen it. I have seen
Oh,
it.
you
So
have seen
I
it?
would have
Okay.
seen. I would have seen it. Yeah. If because the director's cut is
It's way longer too. Oh my god, it was incredible.
no, I mean like look, I put Alien. I just am saying Aliens is. I think it's a great movie. I just don't
It's
think it's as
awesome.
good as Alien.
It's
That's
awesome.
I have to separate those two, right? I think it's a great action film. I think
Yes, it is.
I like I said, I think Aliens is very good. And shout out to MJ Dark from MJ Dark comes from your world, Xbox International.
Yeah, we're coming in.
And
We're coming
Sean,
in.
what is going on? Sean, have not seen Sean in a second. Stadia days, Sean. But yeah, so we're just talking about aliens, y'all. We're celebrating Alien Romulus. We're actually celebrating the franchise and just an addition
Yes.
to that
Oh,
franchise.
since Dark is here, Dark, what is that movie that connects? That's from Ridley Scott, and it connects to this universe. I forget the movie name. I have not sat down and watched it, but I know it connects to all these movies. Um, because I see that they have the Wayland Industries logo in it, but it's like a future thing. But it's a Ridley Scott film. I forgot what's it called. Oh my god, and it's connected to all this. But I see like they show Wayland Industry in the movie. It's like, oh, that's connected to it. I gotta go sit down and watch them.
Interesting. Wayland. I mean, Wayland Yutani. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, like I said, this is where, and then obviously Prometheus adds more color to Wayland,
Mhm.
right? In the industry. So like, I think all the A tiers like added to the lore, built it in, connected things. Like Prey is actually the one that connects back to Predator 2. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because in Predator 2,
the gun.
the gun, which
Yeah.
is in Prey, right?
It's not in Prey though. It's not in Prey though because Predator 2, the gun comes from Predator that was with the pirate. They worked together to fight off other pirates. And so basically the Predator, right? The elder Predator is fighting off the other pirates with the other one that was they were back to back just fighting
Yeah.
against a mob of pirates. So the guy died and he gave him the gun as a trophy. So that's why in Predator 2 he gives the gun away and he says take it. That's
No,
what he says.
But on that same, but on the shelf, what I'm saying is on the shelf that you see the xenomorph skull.
Yeah,
There's
not-
the gun
gun-
is on.
no, it's not. It's actually on the Elder Predator. He has the gun in his hands because that's for him. It was a trophy from the guy who actually saved his butt. Yes, Blade Runner. That's the movie Blade Runner. Yes, Blade Runner. Blade Runner is connected to this. I don't know how. I gotta watch it.
Wait, when did I watch Blade Runner? Where are we talking about? Wayland?
Wayland is in Blade Runner.
How will Blade Runner be related to Predator?
I don't. It's related because Wayland Industries is in the. There's a logo right there of Wayland. I have not seen it, but it's in there. Wayland Industry is in the movie in Blade Runner. I'm not kidding you. I was like, wait, this connected? I was like, no, I gotta see these movies. I have never sat down and watched them.
I mean, I could understand Wayland. Man, this is totally different. Blade Runner's like I could talk about Blade Runner 1 and 2, but if y'all have not seen Blade Runner, amazing series, Harrison Ford. I could understand Blade Runner, like if you think about corporations and kind of how they control society, I can understand why you would make that like evil corporation in both. So I could see that. Because Wayland, right, Yutani is not that great of an organization. There should be at least in B rank. The Predator should be in the B rank. Which one? The Predator. Wait, you're saying this
Predator?
one? This
Predator?
that
Predator?
one up there? No way.
No way.
No way.
No. And me, listen, I'm huge into these films. I watch them every single year. I sit down, I start from the beginning to up, except for Alien Resurrection, because I just hate Alien
that one is
Resurrection.
down here. I
hate that movie. That for me, it should just die, just destroy itself. I don't like it. Now, Alien 3, I was going to ask you, did you see the director's cut of Alien 3 or no?
Yeah, I've seen that one for sure. I know I've seen.
Yeah, because the thing is, with Alien 3, though, the director's cut actually made the movie better. Because when I saw the original, if it was rating from the original, I would have put it down there to C or D. But with the director's cut, right now, for me, it's a B. I was like, oh, man, this is better. This is way better than anything else. I mean, this is way better than what I saw. But Alien Resurrection, there's just no saving it. There's no saving it. I mean, you got what was it? The baby morph, whatever weird thing it was. I was like,
dude, don't even talk about Louis. We are not talking about Alien Resurrection.
No, my God.
Alien Resurrection has like several cardinal sins in that film. You have the baby xenomorph hybrid thing.
Oh my God.
Horrible. You have some of the worst CGI ever in any of the movies up here. Alien versus Predator. Alien Resurrection has probably the worst CGI ever.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Horrible CGI. The acting in that one is horrible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just horrible acting. Like Ridley, like Sigourney Weaver's character is just cringe. I forget the big dude who's like in movies. I can't think of his name.
Even Winona Ryder. Oh, the guy from the guy that dresses in red. Oh my God!
Yes. You know who I'm talking. He's like older. He's always plays like strong.
Yeah. He's a big tough dude.
But like how the film ends, he like has this like cheery, like we're going back to Earth. Like it's like it was like, oh my goodness, this whole thing. Alien Resurrection, just horrible. And the thing about that one, Louis, I don't know if you remember this, right?
Okay.
Because I remember, like, I was like, because like I said, I was like, I think it came out in the mid-90s, so it was like somewhere. They made a huge deal about Alien Resurrection.
Yes. I mean,
like when Alien Resurrection came out,
Ryder was in there.
Like it was huge. It was huge. It was huge. In Alien 3 didn't have this. Like Alien 3 didn't like because it was like kind of coming back after maybe 8 to 10 years from Aliens. But Alien Resurrection, when they launched that, it was huge, 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 huge. So much publicity on that.
Yep.
And then you go and watch it, and you're just like, "What are we watching?"
What are we watching? Yeah, I think I even say this Species was better. Oh my god, Species.
Species.
You remember?
Oh my god! Oh, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that about that movie in a second.
Yes. I mean, I remember. Here's the thing. You know why I remember this movie? I'll tell you why. Because my father took me to watch that movie. I was a young kid. I was like, okay, what am I watching? I don't remember how old I was. My father took me to watch this movie. It's like, oh, this is interesting. Nice.
No, Species is weird and crazy. Internal Shadow. What's going on?
Yeah.
He's talking about aliens and predators.
Oh,
Rainy.
yes.
I've been convinced potentially to bring up Predator 2 to B tier. I am not.
Yes.
I cannot do
Yes.
it. I cannot do it up there. It's.
The thing is with these movies, because this is the thing about these movies, right? You gotta cheer for the bad guy for these movies. It's just like the slashers, right? I mean, you gotta cheer for the bad guy. So for Predator 2, I mean, I was really happy because we saw a lot more what the Predator can do. I mean, we saw more weapons, we saw more cool stuff. Like for me, that's top tier, like Predator that we were supposed to see in Jungle Predator. Because Jungle Predator, all he had was the blade, the invisible cloak, and the plasma thing. That's it. And it didn't have anything else. But for Predator 2, man, he took it up a notch. I was like, oh,
no,
man.
I thought Predator. So, like I said, I put Predator 2 there. I don't like Danny Glover. I don't like Danny Glover, but it just seemed kind of weird. Some corny scenes, like with the gang member, and like there's like just some corny scenes there. Obviously what's her name? The tough Puerto Rican chick, like
she wasn't in Aliens though. I thought the same thing too, and
she's not in Aliens too. She's not in Aliens.
She's not in Aliens. No.
No, but that character, I meant that archetype character.
Oh, it's archetype character, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, she's like there's like the tough Puerto Rican chick in Aliens. Yeah. There's the tough Puerto Rican chick in Predator 2.
To be honest, I thought Vasquez was like Hispanic, but I don't think she is. And what amazed me though about Vasquez, right? I mean, we saw her in Aliens. She looked tough, badass, and everything. But one day I sit here because, like I said, I watch every year every year I watch all the films, and then I look for more stuff, more information because I just love all those films. But I find out that she's actually John Connor's foster parent in Terminator 2. I was like, no way. She can't be that. And yes, she is. I mean, she was a long hair girl with the red shirt, and she was the one who stabbed I forgot what his name is. He stabbed him like to the thing, to the wall thing. The T when it was T1000. I'll say that I can't believe Vasquez, what she was turned out to be like that. I was like, wow, that was really amazing. But yes, it was.
Yeah, we would have to.
What?
Terminator's a whole nother one. Terminator's like a whole new. It's a whole because I would have to do the TV series. I would have to do the movies. I can't get into Terminator right now.
We can't get into Terminator, but yes, it's interesting though. Like how you find out like some of these actors connect. It's incredible. I mean, I never thought that Vasquez could be this lady in this badass girl that I've seen all my life. I always seen Vasquez like, yes, she's always badass. But then I see it, I was like, what happened here?
I'm gonna have to see it. I didn't see it. I didn't know that connection.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, let's jump back into Aliens because I can sit here all night talking Aliens.
No. So what do you think? So do you think we got it? Obviously, you would bring this one up. I just think it. I can't bring it up. And I see Holtz is in the background there. I see a Holtz.
Predator, no, you can't bring the Predator up because the thing was the Predator was that it was pretty much like bringing up the love that was back in the first Predator movie, but it just got too comedic along the way. And not only that,
I didn't like the humor. Did you? But you understood what I was saying. There's like this humor theme. Yeah. Like there's almost like this breaking of the third wall in certain aspects. Yeah. It's a little too corny. It's a little too unrealistic to me, to tell you the truth, kind of with some of the stuff. Yeah. Granted, I understand we're talking about aliens and predators, but it just, the pacing, the storytelling, potentially the worst, borderline bad CGI as well in that one.
Yeah, because you also had this butch predator that pretty much like the predators went in there and did like a special surgery or special like pretty much it kind of got the Covenant feel or the Alien Resurrection feel. Like they messed around with stuff and created like a super predator that
Yeah,
can go in there, can take bullets, doesn't get hurt, nothing. It was just this big old beast. I'm like, okay, I mean,
kind of broke it. No, it kind of like
yeah, kind of like took away like the fun part of being an actual predator because the predator at least by
it's
itself, right?
mortal. It's mortal.
It's a scary animal. I mean, you got this thing chasing after you, can't see or anything. That's already scary enough. Now you got this butch, like yeah, let's inject steroids to it. Like why? I mean, just the predator alone is better. What they should have
Yeah.
done is, for example, the predator got caught. They should have sent in like a wolf predator or something like that to go in there to get this predator out or something. Just I don't know, but it's just the plot is just it was just
Now this
weird.
one is kind of like, yeah, this one is a little like I said, I put it down there. Um like I said, Alien Covenant, what do you think about this one? Some people think this should be lower, some people think it should be higher.
Alien,
I
uh, Alien Covenant. I mean, I've watched it several times, but Alien Covenant, like for example, what I found amazing about Alien Covenant is how David actually we got to see what should have been Alien Resurrection. Pretty much, we got to see what scientists can do with the
I say
aliens,
I
right?
didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I like for
I didn't like
example,
the origin story of aliens from Alien Covenant. I just didn't like it.
like for example with Prometheus, right? Because the whole deal with Prometheus, like we all saw everything how it evolved, right? We all saw how it evolved. We all saw, like for example, when the xenomorph comes out. I think was who was that we got because at the end was we kind of got a glimpse of a somewhat type of xenomorph, but it wasn't like the full xenomorph. I don't know who was it, but at least we got like a little bit. And then David just takes off, goes to that planet, destroys pretty much
The society.
the society, okay, and then starts to toy around and create. And I'm like, okay, we actually saw what a facehugger is. Okay, we actually understood what it is. It's got human reproductive organs and everything. He pretty much invented the perfect killing machine. But what I didn't want to see was David created. I want to see how the engineers, right, created the xenomorph. That's what I wanted to see. Is it the engineers who they are, the
Yeah,
big
the
guys?
actual
Yeah,
the people who created human, like
they
where our
yeah,
DNA comes from. Yeah, no,
exactly.
no,
Yeah,
I totally.
I wanted to see
I,
that.
I felt like I just didn't like how they ended that story arc. They ended the planet. I just didn't like. I didn't appreciate it. Hey,
Yeah.
Lo-Fi, what's going on? And Louis, we got. I know Holtz wants to get in here pretty soon.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this list feels a little bit more comfortable. Like I'll bring Predator 2 up here. I still don't think it's up there. I think it's probably here. It's worth watching. I think it's worth watching. Obviously, the background story of these. I think Alien 3 is. I could maybe make the argument down there, but I'll keep it up here for right
No, no,
now.
Alien 3. If it's the director's cut, it's a B. Now the original, I will put it down there in a D. The original version. The original was like a 1 hour 20 minute one. I think it was because of the
No, no,
director's cut
this
is
one's longer. The ones I'm talking about are all like
yeah, yeah.
solid two and a half.
It's got to be a B right there. Now again, Alien Resurrection way down there. I mean, for Alien, I mean that movie should just disappear 100%. That movie should just disappear from the Alien franchise. I did not understand why the hell bring Ripley back just to get the xenomorph out. Okay, yet yeah, it was just too weird. It was just too freaking weird. I never understood it because Alien 3, the way it ended, it was just beautiful. It should have ended right there. It shouldn't have continued. No, but
Yeah.
yes. Oh my.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Let-
Louis, thank you so much. If love to have you back on. Let me get Holtz, and we're gonna talk. I'd love to see you in chat and see what Holtz, because Holtz may have a different opinion. So I'd love to have you continue.
all right.
Be in,
Thank you.
Louis. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much for
Purple.
coming by, Louis.
Thank you, Purple, for having me on. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, we'll continue
Oh.
the conversation. All right, take care.
Have a good one. Hope you like the movie.
All right, yeah.
All right. Bye bye. All right.
Holtz, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have to say the best Alien movie franchise in the franchise is Prometheus. I used to love the Alien franchises before Prometheus released, But when you see Prometheus and you see the evolution of how the aliens, the xenomorphs, interact with human biology and evolves to be what we know as our xenomorphs, is what gets me hooked.
So you
So-
think Prometheus is S tier, or do you think it's S tier?
Well, I loved Aliens before that. Before the story, how we knew, I loved Aliens. I loved seeing the franchise of like this big, huge alien with big hairs and
like
acid.
that,
and-
big
and
head,
stuff like
big head.
And it was very scary and stuff like with a big tongue that spit acid. And then when we actually seen that the aliens actually evolved depending on the DNA they actually consume, it's because of human DNA. That is why they look like xenomorphs to us. So when I seen Prometheus, I thought to myself, wow, they evolved due to human DNA. And that's why I love the franchise. Now, if we fast forward across what we've seen in Aliens and Predators, and if I'm right, wasn't like the Predator race called like Yokai? Cow?
Which one?
What was the Predator race called? Yokai?
The Predator race in what are you bringing? Are you bringing some of the book series into this?
What was the name of the Predator race? We call them Predators because they hunted
I don't know that.
in other alien races, but they were called Yokai or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yo, there we go. Xbox International put it in there. Yoha.
So, and then they actually hunted the race that was what we known as xenomorphs at that time, because they were so deadly because they infused with human DNA. And then when we see it in Alien vs Predators, we actually see that the alien race is actually the xenomorphs is bred with the predator race.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm so intrigued in. So even though I love the Aliens and Predator movies, it's set in the 80s or set in the 2100s, I just love how in a certain time, there was a timepiece before the Aliens, what we know of, and also what we know of the Predators. There's an evolution. That's what I like about it.
Wow. So you were really like the book series, because I remember
No,
I became familiar with it.
I heard before Resurrection. How can you hate Resurrection? The whole series is about bioengineering from an alien race of always finding the perfect evolution. And then when humans tinker with it, we say, oh shit, that movie's crap. But what humans tried to do is humans tried to tinker with something that we didn't understand in Alien Resurrection. And we were doing exactly the same what other races were doing. So I feel like there's still a good story in between, even though it wasn't better than
Wow.
what we've seen Alien 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so I want to sum up this. I want to sum up this very
Alien Resurrection, nature versus
man
nature,
versus nature.
right? Once he shot the hole in the hall, it went mermaid.
No, that is
No, it's the same
Oh.
point. It's the same point that even though when we bred with the alien race, Ripley versus Alien, there was still a nature thing that we never seen before, with the aliens doing a natural breeding, the xenomorph. So humans cracked a code.
So
that we
let me
didn't
hear it. So what you're saying is this. You're saying essentially, right? You're using this whole story arc, right? You're like Covenant and Prometheus makes Resurrection even makes
Right.
more sense for you,
The whole
right?
point,
Because
the whole point of Prometheus and the aliens was to breed with other races. That was the fundamental point. They engineered it to find the perfect race and mix DNA, right? And then the predators, the Yoi, right, was always to hunt the superior race, right?
Yeah.
So in future, we've seen that the alien race, the xenomorphs, bred in with the predators, right? Unified their race. Are they going to hunt that? You haven't seen a movie where they're going to hunt that. But also, we found out that humans dare to play God, and they took DNA samples from Ripley and the xenomorph and created a race. So in the end, we're just doing exactly the same what these face huggers, the xenomorphs, are doing on a primal.
Rouse
Anyway,
Rouse is like, what?
no,
Yeah, so Roster, so yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're saying, and I hear what Louis is saying, right? The alien was the perfect specimen. If we take what David says in Covenant, right, and what he created, the perfect thing. But we would say that essentially that even that alien, they're all evolutions, right? So this is kind of like this evolution, if you will, of a species. And you're saying that the aliens have mixed throughout time with other races to take kind of their best features and so forth to create where they are today.
And then humans
And,
encountered
and
this race.
and then humans have then now tapped into this what other species have done. So what you've essentially done is a very large um you've kind of brought the parallel of this to um evolution as a whole. And so
So
you're saying, go ahead.
as a cinematic, for example, I loved the horror and the scope when it was Aliens 1, 2, 3. And then when he brought Predator and mixed the universe together and then done Prometheus and this Aliens versus Predator, then I realized, oh my God, there's a bigger scope to this. And that when I look back, I think to myself, wow, narrative wise, I believe that Prometheus is the best movie. And then Alien vs Predator, because what happened in the end?
The first Alien versus Predator?
When they sort of have the hybrid, is that the end part, or is that 2?
2 ends with a nuclear bomb.
Well, what's the part when they have the hybrid of the Alien and Predator?
The Alien Predator is in 2.
So it's 2, and that is when I started realizing that I love the franchise to see that no matter if it's the alien race, because of course the Predator's alien race, but humans, it's evolved past it. So you got the ultimate hunter, maybe it could be an alien, ultimate predator, which could be the Predator race, and it's created a different spin-off, and we've not seen anything of it, and we've not seen nothing of a clone race of alien with human genetics.
So you think that's where the series is going to go?
Why not?
Hey,
Why not?
Tally Darkstar. We're talking Alien versus Predator.
We've seen in Resurrection that we've seen that a xenomorph mixed in with Riley's DNA, we can see that it actually talks and understands its mother.
My goodness, y'all! I've never heard this. Y'all who watch this series, can y'all? Holtz is saying Alien Resurrection, the film that literally shows sexual relations between a human and an alien. Fair enough. And oh, it is for him. It's like the icing on the cake of this.
Well, the alien is the xenomorph race has already crossed the boundaries with humans when it actually evolved to make what we know as xenomorphs.
Yeah, I hear what you say. I think that that was an ugly baby. That was an ugly scene. I hear what you're saying, Holtz. I respect it.
I
So
never
here's a
realized that the company that was funding it was intentionally trying to be the best of humanity and find cures. Hence, why they wanted to have this alien DNA.
So Holtz, I have a question for you then, Holtz. So let's go down because I think this is a great segue to talking about what do you want to see in. You've not seen Alien Romulus, right?
No, it comes out in a week's time in the UK.
In the UK, okay. So, in your perspective, knowing what you know of the franchise, what do you want to see in this franchise going forward?
Well, in this movie, they're going back to in between 1 and 2, if I'm correct.
This one goes in between 1 and 2, correct?
So they can also rewrite the history that what happens with the Alien versus Predator doesn't exist. They also wipe out the idea of Ripley in Aliens 3, and hence Resurrection is also. So in the end, these could rewrite the timeline of Aliens. And I'm okay with that. As long as they play the sci-fi horror, all right? I'm all right with the xenomorphs trying to hunt and prey to humans in a controlled environment. I'm down with that. But you've also established a canon franchise where you realise that xenomorphs can evolve with other alien races, they interact with the humans on this biological level, and they have this. So what you have to do is you have to establish, is this the truth going forward with the alien race, where they never encounter predators and humans on this level, and just leave it at that they're just predatory as these xenomorphs?
So you're thinking that this could be a resetting of the timeline to just go in a different
I don't
story.
mind that, because I love when I played the games and when I played the franchise, I loved when they were just xenomorphs and facehuggers and eggs, and there was a queen, and we walked around with the radar, beep, 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 beep. I love that sci-fi horror, and if you leave it to that, I can get behind it. 80s nostalgia, the film grain, the way they portray it, I can get behind that. But if you try and tie it into a multiverse, a universe that interacts with other races, then I feel like, what's the point? What's the point doing it? Having it in between 1 and 2, I think it's stupid. Because Ripley is our timeline, and I feel like she and the organization put in a great portrayal of the story, and then you have like Predators franchise and how they tie in, and
So what I would want to see in this film, I hear what you're saying. Like, right, I think we're for sure gonna get Weyland-Yutani Corporation, right? I think that's gonna be part of this. I think going to a planet, there's gonna be like this lost planet with like, I don't know, but from what I've seen, lost planet, kids running around, aliens are there, and they have to survive, right? Something's going to be to that effect. And to me, I think I'm okay with this film being similar to Prey. I think that's the best, and that's I we have it up here. Prey ties itself into the Predator universe, right? Like it stands itself as its own story. It's like kind of cool. There's connection points to which I continue to say the flintlock pistol in Prey is the same flintlock pistol in Predator 2. Louis disagrees with me on this point, but
No,
I'm pretty sure
it is the same flintlock.
it's the same flintlock pistol in Predator 2. That's what I was saying. Like Prey ties
And
those two together.
hence why he gifts it and says the last human to ever defeat us was, and hence the flintlock pistol.
Prey, which it's not. Yes, it is, Louis. Like, I don't know why Louis is saying that this is not. It's the same flintlock pistol. So
In Predator 2, why did he give Danny Glover the pistol if it was never tied to the idea of, when did we ever see a flintlock pistol in Predator or Aliens beforehand? It's tied into
he's
the
bringing
movie.
in a comic book, so he's bringing in a different source material now. I mean, I think this was the way that the Prey people were trying to tie it into the. Either way, I still say
No, the way I see it in Prey is Prey was sort of, the world's evolved past it, but they were a tribe that still was living in a natural world, in a hunting mechanic that used bow and arrows. Hence why the Predator hunted that person from the tribe. But I did believe the flintlock still was part of that world.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, like, what I'm expecting, like, is if Alien Romulus can do what Prey did, which is stand on its own as its own storyline, or as its own story, and tie into Alien. Like, I'm expecting to see stuff from Aliens, some connections to Aliens. Like, right when Ripley and the Marines go down to the planet, there's some things that are open. Like, it'd be cool if they like tie in some of that stuff.
Well, I have no problem with in tying into the old Alien franchise, but don't lead it into Predator. Don't lead it into xenomorphs going past cloning with humans and stuff like that. Just have it where you just say it's a sci-fi horror and people get behind it. But if you say it's fully canon to the story, then people have to dive deep into it.
No, I agree. Just looking up. something. I just want to see something about Alien Romulus before I make this comment. Okay, no, that's not going to happen.
Because
So
I mean, it's sadly with age, we've actually heard all these franchises evolve and merge together. So sadly, I can't go into this movie unless it actually admits it's standalone or it's a adaptation to movie one in between two without affecting the timeline of Alien versus Predator, for example.
Yeah. All right, Holtz, answer. The Predator does die in Prey. We know this, right? And he's saying what? If the Predator died in Prey, he can't hand over the flintlock like the Elder Predator did.
I thought the race was monitoring.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like they're looking down at them, looking at this fight.
The way I seen it was the race of Predator was monitoring the initiative by sending a youth Predator down to the Earth. Could have been anywhere, and they have to hunt a species they deemed worthy to hunt. And then once they actually kill that, they actually get initiated into the hierarchies of that. So once the initiative fails, the hierarchies deem a prize to the hierarchy and saying, oh, in the hierarchy, to the person that killed that race and went, here you go, here's a gift.
Yeah. So Louis, but he's saying it's the same pistol, but it's not the Elder Predator's flintlock. I don't know what we're talking about now. like yes, my whole thing has been that what they
I think what it is in Predator 2 is it doesn't matter if it's the same flintlock. I think they were just trying to say last time we challenged humans, this was the ultimate.
This was the weapon. This was the weapon, right?
Of course, when we're looking in Predator 2, we've got nuclear weapons. We've got this. They didn't gift them a friggin' nuclear weapon. They just said this was acknowledgement last time.
It's a trophy. Yeah, it's like a trophy of sorts. That's I get. So if it's the exact same, I just was saying the pistol ties the two together. It ties the timeline. It ties when the Predators were back on Earth. And what trophy they had, or what memorabilia they had from their fallen.
Like you've seen in Alien vs Predator, like when they put the mark on the skin, and then they realized when they killed the Queen, he went, "Oh, well, we acknowledge you've done the same regime as us. We've identified you as a warrior. Now, does the whole human race deem you as a warrior? No, but the Predator race deem you as a warrior, and they move on."
All right, Holtz, we're going to bring Louis, come on in. We'll bring you in. We'll keep Holtz on here. We don't normally have two guests at the same time, but we're more than willing to do that. And thank you so much for everybody who's coming in. I see Keep the Sneak's still around. Chariot Man is still around. Thank you all so much for still staying around. Obviously, talking about a little bit about Predator and Alien here. But yeah, so we'll see. Holtz. Okay, so here goes Louis. Here we goes Louis. All right, Louis, go for it.
All right, I'm here. Okay, what's up, Holtz? How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. So real quick. The story behind the Elder, the story. Let me get this real quick right here. Okay, it's been enough. So the story behind the Elder Predator's flintlock, right, is that because I did the research, because when I saw Prey, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Because if that's the flintlock, right? How, if the Predator said, how does the other Predator hand it over to the other guys? I mean, to Danny Glover. What's going on here? So I did my research, and I was like, oh, okay, this comes from a different source, right? This is another Predator. Because the thing is with the Jaguar race, right? There's different types of Predator. You got the Elder Predator, you got the Wolf Predator, you got the Jungle Predator, you got the Concrete Jungle Predator. You got different sorts of Predators, right? So in Predator 2, it was an Elder Predator. That means that he's basically the grandpa of all of those Predators. He's been to Earth. He was basically in the pirate era, facing all these pirates. So what happened was he got combined with the human to face off some bad pirates that were surrounding him, right? They were back to back fighting all these pirates. So that human got shot, and right before he was about to die or slashed, I don't remember what it was, but right before he died, he told the Predator, "Here, take it. Take this pistol as a trophy." So that's how the Elder Predator got the flintlock pistol, and that's how he handed it over to Danny Glover. So that's because if the prey predator died, right? Because he basically dies at the end, of course. He dies, he didn't get the pistol. So it's basically, I don't know if that's the same pistol that the pirate guy gets. I don't know how it comes attached to that because we have not seen part 2, which there is going to be a part 2. I think they're working on.
So we could still be in the same. So I think in my world there will be a part 2 of Prey.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be a part 2 because it's basically like how predators began hunting the humans, because we saw its gear. Its gear wasn't as perfect as we saw in the new Predator movies. This was just like regular gear. Like, for example, he had like a arrow seeking thing. It didn't have the I don't remember if he had the plasma. I gotta rewatch it. But I think it didn't have like the plasma thing, right? He had like a tracker thing that shot like something that tracked and chased down. Because the girl, I remember in the end of Prey, she used the helmet to kill the predator.
Well, the way I saw it in Prey was she was the ultimate huntress from a tribe. There was more better hunters than her. But the Western world also were the invaded America, and they had the flintlock. Hence why the predators already knew that there was better technology, but they weren't the better hunters, and that's why they seeked her out or the tribe out to hunt them. And I feel like that's the recognition by trying to say, because predators have always got superior technology compared to humans.
Yeah, they always keep evolving. Yeah,
I think that's why they actually said at this time, this was the last time a human beat us with a one shot, should I say, flintlock spark.
So let's see how the flintlock story goes, because as the way it ended as of now, it's not the same flintlock that the pirate had in his hand. But if it comes to his hands,
you're saying you need to see the tie. You need to see the tie-in, and I think we're automatically making the tie-in that it's around this time period.
Yeah, it's pretty much around the time period. Pretty much.
In the sense, in Prey, they would have just got a bow and arrow and said, "Here you go, Danny Glover. Here's a bow and arrow. This is the last time humans beat a predator."
Or it would have been the knife, right? The knife, her little like.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, she really took him down. I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool.
I think what they were trying to say is this was the best weapon at that time of humanity.
Yeah, but that's the thing with the predators, though. I mean, when you see those movies, you see these humans trying to survive. That's the best thing about it. That's what pretty much killed the Predator movie, because you got this butcher predator, which I'm like, okay, this is too much of a butcher predator. It shouldn't have been.
I think if we go down here, I think the Predator. Like I said, I know there's some questions about this one. I know, Louis, you kind of want it up here to me, but when I look at the actual story of it, it just seemed a little the same way I talk about like the pacing of the Predator, where it's off. This one felt off. I understand that we get finally. Some of the things we wanted to see, like this big old fight going on towards it, but it just seems like the ending of it didn't leave me with anything. Like they just ultimately like end it, right?
And then we've seen in Predator before, in the Predator 1, the Predator didn't identify the Marines as scary if they had a knife attached to their belt, short, whatever. As long as they were carrying a gun, that's when he identified, oh crap, this is the pinnacle of humanity, that's what they're going to shoot me with. And he never attacked an unarmed person.
Yeah, he had to be like stealthy, because the thing with predators, right, with the predator, it's like they have to collect the trophies, so that's why they always leave like the toughest one. But I mean, if you see like all Predator movies, he's always scanning everyone, right? He's always scanning everyone. He says, okay, this could be a good hunt, this is going to be an easy one. Let's leave, like, for example, Arnie was the big tough guy, and there's like, let's leave this one right here because he's the leader. That's why they sit down and they scan everything to see who is like the final person they got to hunt to collect the ultimate trophy from. That's what they do.
So in Prey, like, oh my god, this dagger, bow and arrow, it's threatening to us. We identified that as a weapon, but when it came to Arnold Schwarzenegger, they thought, oh my god, the weapons have evolved past it. I don't care if he's got a
Yeah.
weapon in his shorts, pants, whatever. It's not as threatening because we've already identified that as a non-hostile weapon compared to what humanity can offer.
Right.
But because here's the thing, though, that this predator, I gotta do my research even more on this one because I gotta know what type of predator this one was, because this was actually a bit different than the other predators.
Which one?
Yeah,
Prey?
No,
Prey, yeah.
I was
Prey,
for the people that actually went to Earth were initiative. They weren't actually full-fledged predators. They were just someone that was going to be initiated into the tribe of predators. Hence why they were hunting races of aliens.
This one. I don't know what this predator was called, because here's the thing. Like I told you before, predators are different. You got a samurai predator, you got a tracker, you got a berserk predator, you have jungle predator, concrete jungle predator. There's just so many different types of predators. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like even using all them terminology, they were still initiative. They were sent to Earth to prove that they were hunters.
Oh yeah, they were hunters. The ultimate. That's the only way. That's by collecting the skulls and how many skulls they had. They also faced xenomorphs because that's how it got all linked up from Predator 2. When you saw the trophy case in the ship, you saw the big xenomorph head, and they're like, "Oh man!"
I feel like Xenomorph evolved past the 80s, didn't it? That's what I presumed.
Yeah.
No. Because the things with xenomorph, right? Because you mentioned resurrection. You mentioned that Weyland was looking for a cure. That was the excuse he was using. But what Weyland was actually using the aliens for is to create the perfect. Because aliens are the perfect weapon. You got this beast that's stealthy. It's black, right? It goes between. I mean, you can't see it. It's also got acid blood, because if you shoot it, you gotta shoot it from. You can't shoot it close because that blood drops onto you and kills you. They were just the perfect killing machine. And so that's what Weyland was looking for. Weyland was actually looking for them to create and have the perfect weapon. That's why when you saw it in Resurrection, right? What they did was, since they couldn't find the race out there anymore, they got DNA sample from Ripley. And because remember that scene in the lab where you saw the different Ripleys and she started to cry?
Well, the way I see it is that when you see Resurrection from Aliens 1, 2, 3, I thought it was a crap movie. But then when you see them expand the franchises previously in how the aliens evolved and then Predators, then I started realizing, wow, it's a good story when you look back in the past. What humans were trying to do. But yeah, if you watch it from 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a bit dodgy. But if you look at it as a 10-part franchise, I feel like it's...
Yeah, because what happened in Resurrection, what for me killed it, like I said, okay, the plot was doing okay, right? It was doing kind of okay. It was like the perfect plot. But when it got to the end, because basically it was a mistake, right, from Ripley A. The alien, the queen alien got like a uterus from Ripley A mistakenly. It's not like, oh, they tweaked it, they modified it to get this alien to have a baby like this. So basically it was a mistake. And so that's why the xenomorph, the queen, actually put out a baby out of her stomach. It was basically a mistake. Because like I said, what Weyland wanted to do with the aliens was to recreate them, bring them back to have that perfect weapon to sell them. That's when you saw the in the movie, you saw them like trying to control them, like trying to see what their intelligence is. Well, they were trying to control them.
The way I seen it is in 3, Ripley jumped into this sort of metal lava with the queen inside her, and then they got the blood spatter to clone it, and that's what they wanted. They wanted the queen.
Yeah, so the queen can actually,
and that's why they cloned Ripley.
And put the aliens in there. Like, for example, you see the alien. I mean, you saw this in Alien 2 with the eggs and everything. The queen basically got the big sack.
Right.
So that's why they wanted to create the alien queen, to get those xenomorphs out there. That's why you saw, like, for example, they put in some humans in there to get the xenomorph to facehugger to do the thing, put the egg in there so it can come out. So that's what Weyland wanted. Weyland wanted to just have that weapon for themselves and wanted to find a way to try to control them, right?
The xenomorph queen that fought the Predator was a human offspring of.
Oh, but wait, you're talking about the old Alien vs Predator movie, right? Or you're talking about Alien Resurrection? Oh, okay.
Alien Predator. The xenomorph was a human offspring.
No, that one wasn't. No, that one wasn't. The thing is, this is what happens with the alien queen, right? Because this is also from Alien 3. In Alien 3, you actually get to see the queen hugger. There is a queen hugger out there, right? and that was the one that Ripley had in her chest. Because remember, that's why they took the DNA sample from Ripley, because she had the queen alien inside her chest. That was a queen hugger in there.
But what I'm trying to say is the xenomorph didn't look like that with the big heads and the tongue before they bred with human DNA. So when we see our alien with the big asses and the tongue and fighting the predator, that is what inbreded itself into the predator.
That's the part we have not seen. And that's what you remember when I was talking about Alien Covenant? I didn't want to see David create the xenomorph, because the xenomorph with David was totally different. It wasn't basically the same.
What I'm trying to say is we can't push these under the rug if that's what we've seen in future franchises, Alien vs Predator, where we've seen the xenomorph queen breed with a predator, and that is where the franchise should go on forward, and the human should go on. Merging it in between 1 and 2, I love it. If you're just going to say it's a standoff movie, it doesn't affect the franchise. But going forward, we definitely need to say, well, we've already adopted this story, and that's going forward. And we would see in the year 3000, this is how the war between the races with humans is going to go forward, or AI.
Now, for example, I really would like to see, I didn't want to see David create the xenomorph. What I was wanting to see is how the engineers created the xenomorph, because the thing is with Prometheus, right? They go into another planet. It's not LV-426.
Right.
LV-426 is another planet.
Right. They crash, and this is a different one. Right?
This is a different one. This is where Ripley went to collect the alien. Where Ripley went to that planet is called LV-426. Now Prometheus was in another planet. Right. Now we saw the same ship. Yes, we saw pretty much the same ship. That means there was a lot of ships of the engineers out there. We saw the same ship, but what we didn't see was actually the actual xenomorph egg, right? So when we actually see the xenomorph egg is in the Alien 1 movie and also the Aliens 2. I don't know if you've seen Aliens 2. No, I don't think you actually see it in the director's cut. But in Alien 1 movie, when they get into the ship, you see those big engineers. You saw the guys
in the seat, and he has the mask and everything.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. So in there was the xenomorph egg. So that's the thing I want to see how the engineers created, not David, because David's alien was, you saw his tail. It was kind of like not the same like the beloved alien we saw. It was a totally different alien.
It was a different one that he's engineered from the xenomorph. What you want to see is how the engineers engineered the actual xenomorph.
Instead of going for the move between 1 and 2, I wonder why they didn't go back and tell that story.
I don't know.
There was the origins of another.
Yeah.
Go for it. I was gonna say, like, for example, I was actually thinking, because we saw at the end, right? We saw at the end of Covenant that David had the samples in there. He had the facehugger samples in there, and I thought that David actually was the one with it. Like, he got into another Prometheus ship or something, and actually did create the perfect xenomorph, right? But I don't know if we're gonna see that. If there's gonna be a part 3 to that movie, I don't know, because I think they just cut through that movie and just started another Alien.
Yeah, they started another thread.
Just go back to the point, like the xenomorph that we know that inbred with the predator is going to be the ultimate race. I can't see going back to an origin story. There was a more advanced xenomorph prior to
because Prometheus was basically like the origin to it, right? They went to the planet.
Prometheus was the origin.
It was the origin. We met the engineers, but what we didn't see, and I'm still waiting for, is how the heck in LV-426 that ship crashed, right? And we got right then and there the storyline to Ripley's. It's still not connected to Ripley's. It's totally a different story, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. I what I think of the timeline is, I think Dark even mentioned this in the chat earlier, that it's between the first Alien movie and Aliens 2. But I'm like, how is it between those two? Because I got to sit down and read again through the timeline.
It should be between Prometheus and 1, shouldn't it?
They're going deep, Roster. This is deep. This is pretty deep. This is like if you've not seen the franchise or the movies, this is deep.
Franchise-wise, I thought it was already established, and it doesn't matter what we like in the movies. But then going back in between 1 and 2 is just a cash grab. For example, it's not evolving the story. It's just saying 1 and 2 because they can go back and try and steal the tech and the alien but it doesn't go any further in the universe. It's just, you're all
So
Zion.
I would be interested right now if we think about it. Taking out Romulus, there's technically like two somewhat separate story arcs that I think Louis is trying to say, how do they connect, right? You have the story arc where you have Ripley who goes to the planet, she sees the engineer ship, and then that story arc goes between Ripley is the thread line from Alien 1, 2, 3, and 4. You then have the alien with Prometheus, right? Which is actually the origin where they're going back and they're trying to get to the planet. They actually don't go to the planet from Alien 1. They go to a different planet. And then from that, we get this story arc with Alien Covenant, right? So there's technically these two story arcs. And Romulus is really in the middle. We've not seen it. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do connect it to some way between these two. To Louis' point, we don't know that. But to Holtz's point, I understand what you're saying. This does not expand the universe. The only thing I could potentially see this doing is maybe do they create a third story arc that is separate from the Ripley story arc?
Yeah, I mean,
I think the problem is having a third storyline goes past what the whole Earth government or corporation is trying to do in other stories of Ripley. I can't see them saying, okay, follow Ripley in her story, then let's put a lot of millions of pounds in the other storyline.
But did you know there was going to be a part 5? I think there was going to be a part 5 from Alien Resurrection. It was going to be aliens on Earth. It was going to be that Ripley's going to be in there fighting all the aliens. I don't know why they did not make that movie, because that would have saved that whole how it ended franchise. I probably would, but because, man, the way Resurrection was, like I said,
sadly, I love Ripley in space in a controlled environment, but on Earth, we would have bred faster than Ripley could control it, and I think it would just be a slaughter. So in a spaceship or a prison makes perfect sense, but I can't see them doing it on Earth.
Well, they actually we saw it in Requiem. They threw a nuke in there. They said bye-bye town. That's what they said.
That's what happened. That is how Requiem ends.
And it ends, yes. They nuked the whole town because that was they expand really fast. Especially
they're trying to get to they're trying to get out of it the whole time. It was like it was for nothing.
Because the thing with the facehuggers, right? Whatever it gets attached to, the alien comes out different. Like, for example, I think for Alien 3, the alien was different because I think it got attached to a cow, or was it a cow? Or was it a dog? I think it was a dog. It got attached to a dog, and we got the xenomorph kind of dog in it. I think it was from Alien 3. Wherever the facehugger attaches, it comes out of the whole different alien.
Yeah, the facehugger's the genetic DNA, isn't it? And that passes it on to whatever that race is and mutates it to.
Yeah, so what it is. Well, y'all, so last thing, y'all, and I know we went to a deep dive. It's getting pretty late. Apologies to the people who have not seen this. Hopefully this has inspired you to dive deep into this. Again, I think Alien's the #1 sci-fi film.
Well, all I want to say to chat is I'm not scared of these xenomorphs. You know why?
You're not scared of them?
Because I wear pink acid boots.
Oh,
oh my god!
It's such fun. You know, we got the joke. That's why I'm not scared of them.
Well, what I would ask y'all is, I feel like y'all are both. Thank y'all for coming on. Both y'all are diving deep dive into this and kind of celebrating the franchise. I best we could on Shades of Purple, having two experts such as yourselves. Are you gonna see it, Alien Romulus?
Yes.
And what are your expectations? I just did a video on Black Myth Wukong, and I talked about my expectations for that. What are your expectations for this film? Are you going into it blind, or do you have some level of expectation?
I pre-ordered my tickets for my local cinema, and I'm just going in for a sci-fi horror. That's all I'm going in for. I don't want to connect to the universe past the point of just bit of stupid fun. If they play to the nostalgia of closed corridors, the beep, the pulse rifle, and just people not knowing what a xenomorph is, I'll be down for going, oh, will I be wrong if a xenomorph doesn't jump out that door? Facehugger Dungeon Model. I'll go in for a bit of fun, and I don't think it's going to review well. Maybe a 7 out of 10, but I feel like I'll still enjoy it. And then when I come out of the movie theater, then I can dissect it in the timeline.
Okay, Louis.
Well, the movie's actually connected 20 years after the events of Ridley Scott's original film. So yes, it's connected. So it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an part of the interesting timeline. So I know I'm going to love it because, like I said, I love all alien movies except for Resurrection. That's the only one that's it for me.
Yeah, I think for me, and you know, we went to this deep dive of Alien and Predator. I think for me, there's like this question, right, that I posed earlier, you know, like we see gaming trying to do this, right? Specifically Xbox, Louis, we've seen them like really try to get a lot of traditional IP and expand on it. I saw the show last week was all about, you know, AA, you know, doubling down on that side.
Which is awesome. Right. We need more AA games out here. We do.
We do. If only Xbox had games. I'm joking. Joking. Yeah, no, I'm joking. But I asked this question about like what do we expect from it? Y'all are both fans of the franchises. You know them inside. You're gonna go. I guarantee you, Louis gonna rewatch some of this now. You know, Holt is gonna probably get prepped as well. And what makes a sequel a solid sequel, right? I think that's an open question. It's not something we're going to answer today. But what makes a sequel a solid sequel? Why do some succeed or some fail? Do we want to see, like Holt says, hey, I don't want you to kind of mess up that original story arc. Just, it's cool to be nostalgic, but that's what I want you to be. Or
Sally Purple, I want nostalgia. But I know this movie is not going to be set for the people who watch the other franchises and the other movies in the past. So keeping it up to date with new cinema movie goers is going to be the way they're going to sell tickets.
Okay. And I would say for me, I think I'm just excited for it. It's like Ghostbusters. You know, I love all of them. And I think I'll be interested to see the acting, the action. What did they try to do with some of the source material? Are there some Easter eggs in there? If I can get that, and you know, it has a decent story, it can stay on its own, similar to like Prey. Like I want to bring that up. Like if it can do what Prey did, which is a story that can stand on its own, I don't necessarily need to link as much into the or expand on the universe. It just gives more color to it. I would say it met my expectations.
With you 100%. It has a couple of Easter eggs. You know, if it's going to be connected to the original story, it better have like a continuation, not like an Alien Resurrection type of thing. It better have a good continuation. It better have a good time, because one of the things that happened in Alien 3 that I was like, when did this happen? Like, for example, how did the Queen Hugger get into the ship and jump on Ripley? Those are some stuff that I was actually trying to connect, and I really tried to dig in and research, and I still have not found the answer to that.
Wait, how did the Queen Hugger get on the ship?
Yeah, like how did they get on the ship? Because I always thought like, okay,
the cat.
To the cat?
Well,
the cat was inside with sleeping with
Yeah, but it was if you go into the beginning and they
cats? No. The cat was in Alien 1, and it stayed in the Ripley left it in Alien 2.
Or the girl. It's not in Ripley, it's in one of
the girl. No, because basically the Hugger jumps onto Ripley's pod and puts the acid in there, right, to go in, and that's where the ship starts the alarms, and that's when it blasts them off because the ship got on fire. It was because the Hugger jumped onto Ripley's pod.
But I think the whole point of these raiders that are raiding for this technology on the base, they don't know about what's happening on Earth or what's happening with Ripley. So I think they've just chased Ripley's pod straight after it to rob what she's mining for or investigating, for example. And because of light speed, he fell behind, and then that's what happens with the aliens. I
think what happened in that movie was, I think they actually went to, I don't know, because I have not watched it yet. But they either went to the Prometheus planet. No, they didn't have Cinema wasn't Prometheus planet, or they either went to LV-426 right after, because we know that Ripley went there first, right? And so this is 20 years later. They probably like sent this team out there to try to collect the sample or something. Because, like I said, Wayland wants that sample, and Alien didn't want to get rid of that sample because they were like, "Oh, wait, this is in the ship." They scanned it like, "Oh, we need this to come over here." Wayland was looking to make the billions and billions of dollars with that sample. So, yeah,
I thought in the trailer they're trying to rob tech. I thought that was the whole mindset. I know there could be a hidden agenda, but I thought that was the idea. They're trying to rob the tech of the. They're not trying
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see.
we're gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Yeah,
Well,
100%.
thank you all for this one. I know we went to deep dive in this. I think this one, like, if you hadn't seen it, you probably were lost for the last hour and a half of this conversation. But hopefully this inspires some of y'all to go out there and watch at least the top two up here. At least this one. If you're gonna get anything in Alien, highly advise it. Watch it. It comes on free on YouTube sometimes. So definitely with that. But I definitely want to. It's a little past 10, so over here. But
Same here.
with that said, last words from you, Holtzen, and then we'll go to you, Louis, and then I'll close it out.
I pre-ordered Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns.
So Mortal Kombat giving it another shot. I heard that with the expansion.
I really love the story of Mortal Kombat 1. I wasn't really happy with how they portrayed the first part. The second part of the story of Mortal Kombat 1, but hearing what they're doing with the DLC, I put my money down, and I thought to myself, Shiaru, Kai Liang, and stuff like that. I thought to myself, have my money. I'll follow you again. Ends where I talk shit about them, but they've got me money again. So here we go. September something, they've got me money.
Got you. Louis, what about you?
What have I been playing? Oh my god, I beat Broforce. I beat Mortal Kombat 1, the storyline, and I got my thoughts about it. It was kind of weird. It felt like Avengers, but okay. Yeah.
Obi says that.
It felt like Avengers. And then, I beat RoboCop 3, RoboCop Rogue City. Oh my god, that RoboCop game. I'm in love with that game. Such a good game. Really well thought. Everything was. I mean, if I want a RoboCop 3 movie, that should have been the RoboCop 3 movie. It was perfect. Perfect to the notch. Great story. That's it.
Well, y'all know me. I'm constantly on X Defiant. But next week is a super exciting week for me. For one, hopefully we get the Darksiders trailer. I've waited a second for this, so Gamescom's going to be out there. Tarsier Studios as well. And that's next week on August 20th. And not to be lost, August 20th. Black Myth Wukong. I am super psyched about this one. And obviously, y'all can go watch my most recent video. Sorry about the sound. Thank you to Rouster for pointing it out. Sorry about the sound. It didn't come out the best. But you can hear my expectations for that and why I think it could be the biggest disappointment or it could be a heck of a winner. But with that, those are the next ones I'm looking forward to. And with that said, I think I'm going to end it right here, y'all. So I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, everyone, the proof is in the playing. All right. Thank you to our guests and thank you for chat for sticking around. All right. Take care, everyone. Later.